That was how your why, your purpose changed early on in life. Is it changing now?
My why, no one's why ever changes. You either live in balance with it or you don't. Like, you are who you are. You are fully formed by your mid to late teens. You're a product of your upbringing, the experiences you had, the opportunities, the people who believed in you, the coach who saw something in you that nobody else saw, the trauma that you experienced make you you. And your why is fully formed. Now, the choices you make for the rest of your life, the friends you keep, the jobs you take, the decisions you make, are they consistent with your why or not? And that's the hard part. So no, your why never changes, whether you obey it or not, whether you use the lens of your why. That's a different conversation. Most people don't.
But how about how you are serving your why? How is that changing?
Yeah,
at this particular time?
Of course.
But how?
Well, I mean, I have to change with technology, with taste, with politics, with time. You know, there's a reason. If you look at the lack of adaptation, right? It's embarrassing that Apple invented iTunes and not the music industry. It's embarrassing that Amazon invented the e-reader, Kindle, and not the publishing industry. It's embarrassing that a startup called Netflix pioneered streaming and not the television and movie industry. That's because they're so fixated on how we've always done things. They're fixated on the here and now and protecting the business models and the products that they have, that they literally fail to adapt for the future state. And they usually end up playing catch up or going out of business entirely. Blockbuster was the 800-pound gorilla. It was the only significant national movie rental company. And when Netflix was a little startup, they were pioneering something called subscription. You know, we knew streaming was coming, but the technology wasn't good enough yet. So they started with, they would send DVDs to your house and you could keep them as long as you wanted, right? You could have three movies at a time. And the CEO of Blockbuster could see the writing on the wall, and he went to the board and said, I think we need to experiment with subscription as a model. And the board said no, because they made 12% of their revenues from late fees. Well, one of the biggest companies in the country doesn't exist anymore. And so just because you're big doesn't mean you're going to last. It just means you're big. That's all it means. So I think the ability to adapt and adjust for the times and stay fixated on the very distant future is a better survival mechanism.